Hey good people, Tiffany Javon here back with another video, and today I'm on location. I'm in my space. I am here for, typically on Thursdays I do my open house, but when I have some downtime at the open house I decide to hop on here and create a video for you guys. Today is a very special topic. Actually, we're going to talk about how you find your niche or your niche on YouTube, because I'm actually been having some thoughts. I've been busy with life. I've been busy, being a mom and a wife and a business owner and all that wrapped up into one. Of course, you have the extensions, right? You have the friendships and the collaborations and the business partnerships and all that kind of stuff. So life has been lifing for me. But I, that just kind of, made me hone in on kind of what I want my primary focus on my YouTube channel to be. At first, I thought I kind of wanted it to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of kind of goal setting, a little bit of, which is, it's still all inclusive, but I kind of want to target down just a little bit more. So I'm actually going to talk about the 4 steps in which that you can choose your niche, or that you can, find how to find it. Basically, you just find out what you're passionate about, or what you want to focus on, or what you find yourself, doing a lot of research on. And so number 1 is that you want to identify things that you're interested in and your skill set, right? And you want to be able to utilize that and ultimately monetize it, okay? But you want to definitely talk to people about your experience, your education, the things that you have come across, or whatever the case may be. So that way, you can find your tribe, you can find your community out there. And so for me, I've been thinking here lately, like, man, I want to niche down. I didn't think that it was just too broad, but I remember talking about, I kind of wanted to talk about, motherhood, and then I kind of wanted to talk about, entrepreneurship, and then I kind of wanted to talk about goal setting and personal development, and and it just kind of may be a little bit too broad for me. Here lately, I've been finding myself with being a new business owner and understanding that my core personality, or my core hats that I wear will always be a mom, will be a wife, will be all these things. So I don't necessarily have to talk about those things per se, but what I want to talk about right now is kind of what I'm working on building, and my investments on kind of what I want me and my husband's future to look like. And maybe you guys can relate or whatever, but in me identifying my interests and my skills, it says consider what you genuinely enjoy. This is how you find your niche, guys. You consider what you genuinely enjoy, and where you excel, where you kind of get giddy about finding different articles on these topics that you want to explore, right? It says this can be based on your education, it can be based on your lifestyle, it can be based on your work experience, it can be based on your travel experience, it can be based on hobbies, and any type of specialized training that you had that just that just resonated with you. And so with me, I'm wanting to gravitate more towards business and crypto. That's pretty much what it's going to be in my channel going forward. Now, if I decide to branch off and do other areas or whatever the case may be, I may just actually create a second channel. But I do not want to, be too broad. I want to be for those that are in this community that want to focus on just that, business and entrepreneurship and crypto. Okay, crypto investing, digital assets. I just feel like this is where our economy is going. I feel like this is where we're going. Totally. And so those are the things that are of interest to me the most right now. Those are the things that I'm building. Those are the things that I'm heavily invested in. Those are the things that, capturing my focus right now. And then the other things, of course, in my life is just, the things that I just love being. I love being a mom, love being a wife, love being, a friend and a confidant, and all these other things. But that still doesn't mean that you don't have your focuses, right, on things that you're trying to grow, right? And so my channel will be geared, you heard it here first, right? My channel will be geared primarily toward business, entrepreneurship, and crypto. Okay, so business and crypto, that's what we're going to be talking about here, guys. So number 2 is you want to explore potential niches. So you want to brainstorm. That's what I've been doing so far. I've been brainstorming, different areas of expertise, different areas of experience that I've experienced in my life, and that's what brought me to this conclusion. Like, okay, these are the things that's driving driving me right now. These are the things that I'm so focused on and so engulfed in. And so why not, just hone in on those things. And so it says brainstorm different areas where your interests and skills could be applied. Look for opportunities to solve problems, offer unique solutions, and provide a valuable service. And another thing about being able to offer a solution and to solve a problem and to provide valuable services, like those last three things that I just mentioned, is by me being a new business owner, like I'm going to stumble. I'm going to, make mistakes. I'm going to, try to figure it out, right? I still got like what I always call Bambi legs, right? Like it's not completely strengthened or whatever as far as my experience is concerned, because I'm barely 6 months in business. It's going well, don't get me wrong, but it can always be going better. It can always be growing, you know what I mean? And so I want to share, my experiences, and just in case there's anybody out there that is like me, that, work a full-time job but want to break out, want to eventually, dabble into something that you've been having, that's been a dream of yours for the longest of time, and you've been stuck on start for whatever reason, or, for whatever reason you've been held up, right? Or that you've been held back. Maybe it's been because of, your own mindset, or maybe it's been because of your finances. Because a lot of times people can have these great grand ideas, but they don't have the financing for it, or whatever the case may be, or they don't begin to research how they can get the finances for it. And that's where you have to start, right? There has to be a mindset change where you might not have it, but you can use OPM. We like OPM, okay? Other people's money, okay? We like OPR, other people's resources. You know what I mean? You like OPN, other people's networks, because this is what you need to be doing. You need to be collaborating and connecting and going out here and connecting with people that got it, connecting with people that's already doing it, right? And so I want to be able to like share my experiences as I'm growing, but also, be able to give back, to maybe find, people in our community that are wanting to do the same thing. They want to lock arms, they want to grow together, be accountability partners by way of, you watching my videos and kind of seeing, what's the flavor of the week as far as business is concerned, or, what's the flavor of the week when it comes to crypto. But primarily my crypto investments or my crypto targets right now, as far as like what has my focus, is XRP. That's what I want to do a lot of news on a lot of XRP news. I will do some overall crypto news on, maybe the top, 3 to 5 to 10 at the most coins or whatever, or just the coins that I'm invested in. But I really feel like that where I'm interested in and where, you'll get the most value out of me is that, what I find out, you'll find out, because I will be sharing it with you guys. When I find out some news, or I find out something that I can share with you guys, that's what I'll be doing, right? The latest and the greatest on what's going on in the markets when it comes to crypto. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is you want to conduct market research. So it says check for demand. So you want to use tools like Google Trends, social media analytics, and keyword research tools to see if there's interest in your potential niche. So guys, there's a lot of people interested in business and crypto. Like I've done searches and different things like that, but just me coming online and putting in a search bar, how to invest in crypto. Like there's so many videos that comes up on that. And I feel like there's so many people out there that don't even know about crypto, right? They've heard of maybe Bitcoin and that's it. But they don't know anything beyond maybe hearing that word. They're not invested in it. They're not, invested in the space. Like they're just oblivious. But I feel like with the current administration, also with the current market and economy, I feel like this is where we're gravitating towards. And people that don't know need to become in the know, right? They need to know, they need to be educated on it. And I want to, be that voice, at least one of the voices or whatever that can help in that area. And so you want to identify your target audience while you're doing your market research. You're identifying those that are your like-minded community, people that, are going to want to, wait, hit that notification bell so that way they can catch your next video, so they can know what you're talking about. They can, wait until, you come out with something fresh for them to lay eyes on, to hear, what I mean, to come in and to engage or whatever the case may be. So who would be your most interested? Would it be men? Would it be women? Would it be a little bit of both? What age group? What age range? What countries of origin would, be more interested in your topics of choice. It says you want to create customer personas to help you visualize your ideal person or your ideal community mate, right? Or your ideal target market. And then you want to analyze the competition, understand who else is offering offering something similar, or a similar, like, you basically can study other influencers, right? So you can find, I would say, as you're trying to build your platform, as you're trying to build your voice on social media platforms, especially YouTube, and you're just starting out like me, you're new. So that way you want to find maybe a couple of people that you gravitate towards, people that maybe has built a really good following. Maybe they have 100,000 followers or 500,000 or 1,000,000 followers or whatever. Just something you want to be copying the right cat, if so to speak. Not saying copying them, verbatim as far as doing exactly what they do, but like adding your own personality. You are one of one. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say this until I can't say it anymore. You are unique. You are one of one, and so there's nobody out there like you. There's nobody out there that has your experience and your expertise, because they're not you, right? They're not, they don't have the same name on their birth certificate. They were born on the same day at the same minute of that day, or whatever the case may be. So you are one of one. You are unique, and so you can bring your own education and your own experiences to everything. And so the last thing is that you want to test your niche, right? You want to create content. You want to start publishing articles, videos, which is what I'm doing now. You want to create, content related to your niche, and see if your audience resonates or start to resonate with it, start to engage with it, start to comment on your page. You want to offer services, if you can, or whatever. Offer even, it doesn't even have to be services. You can offer free education. There's free ebooks out there, or free, classes, or low cost, classes. There are a lot of, I would point people to Udemy. Udemy has been really influential for me, because you can learn pretty much. First of all, let's start with YouTube. You can learn, there's a wealth of knowledge on YouTube, and it's free.com. Like, you don't have to pay anything. But then also, if you want to pay a little bit more because you want, maybe to take a course, or to sit through a class, or you sit through a seminar, or whatever case may be, that'll kind of hone in even more, to go into even more depth on what it is that you're looking up, or what it is that you're studying, or what it is that you're interested in, your niche, then you can go to Udemy. Udemy offers these, inexpensive classes. About inexpensive, I'm talking about $10. You know what I mean? We got $10, right? You go outside, you step outside your doors, you're gonna spend $10. That's just a given, right? In some way, shape, form, or fashion, your account is gonna automatically be deducted $10 the minute that you step out your doors, and the minute that you leave home, because it's expensive just to go outside these days. Just gas alone. Need I say more? We're going to spend more than $10, right? So some of these classes are $10, $15, $20, $25. So they're not, super expensive, but you can really find a lot of good material on Udemy or whatever. But then also you can find a lot of good material on YouTube, but you definitely have to do your research. You have to get out there and see what's out there, right? You want to seek feedback. So when you're building your niche and you're producing your content, you want to be constantly engaging your audience. How do you engage your audience? You ask them a question. You ask them how they feel about something. Like, I'm going to ask you guys, how do you feel about, like, have you started your YouTube journey yet? Have you just created your account in YouTube, but have you posted, have you went a step further? Have you posted your first video yet? Like, I want to know this. Comment down below. Let me know. Have you started your first YouTube channel already? Have you created the account? And then if you've done that, have you taken a step further? Have you created your first video? You know what I mean? And that's going to get you well on your way. And then from there, you can just figure out kind of how often you want to post, how often you want to sit down in front of the camera and engage with your audience and deliver value and do it because that's something that you're interested in, and you're going to be speaking about things that you have a talent for, that you have a skill set in, or that's something that just really piques your interest, so you're willing to do a lot of research on it. Okay, so those are the 4 things that you need to do in order to find your niche. Hopefully this was some helpful information for you guys. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And until my next video, guys, stay blessed. Bye.